What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I'm going to show you the power rankings. So Fox News put out power rankings for the House, and the Senate. We're going to take a look at the House today. And what's interesting about this is you're going to watch this commentator on Fox News kind of lay things out, and then he's going to start talking about redistricting. And right now, the Republicans' only hope is redistricting. And they've kind of conceded to that. So as far as trying to help the American people, at least show the American people that you're doing something to help them, now they're just focused on the redistricting. And this Fox News commentator is going to expose this to us. So we're going to take a look at that in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video. If you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so I'm going to play the clip. We'll watch it. We'll talk a little bit as we watch it. But he's going to be talking about the likelihood that Democrats will take back control of the House. And then what do Republicans need to do in order to maintain control of the House? Here we go.
We're exactly 105 days away from the midterm elections. And last hour, we revealed our power rankings for the House. And now we do it. Last hour, we did it for the Senate. I'll keep it right, okay? And this hour, we do it for the House. Here is how we see this. Could always change. 105 days ago, still primaries underway in different parts of the country, especially on the Senate side. But the 16 toss-ups that you see right here in the middle, more on the House side for Republicans than on the Democratic side.
And this power ranking is a little bit different. You look at the Cook Political Report, they have some different information when it comes to the toss-ups. I think Cook Political Report's about 18 or 19 toss-ups. But you do see, as he's saying, on the Republican side, so in red, you have those yellow toss-ups. You have more on the Republican side than you do on the Democratic side, which means that Republicans are defending more seats that are in that toss-up category than Democrats are. And so that gives Democrats an advantage right there, because there's a likelihood that Democrats might be able to win some of those toss-ups that Republican seats right now that are considered toss-ups.
We see at the moment 16 toss-ups with the House on the line. For the Democrats to have a good night, here is what they need to do. They could have 227 seats the way we see it right now. For Republicans, not out of the game. A good night for Republicans would be 224. Simple majority right now is 218. That's a very slim margin right now for Republicans as they hold the majority in the House today. So then with the power rankings on the House, there is a critical issue that must be considered from now until election night. And when you're watching us on election night, keep this in mind. Let's swing on over here.
Okay, before he even goes to that, let's talk a little bit about this. So he's saying a good night. So what is a good night? So good night for Democrats, good night for Republicans. When we look at, and I do the AI model, the +1 model, when we look at the House, and it looks like it could be between usually about 12 to 20 seats that Democrats can gain. And that kind of goes along with what he was showing there when it comes to a good, if you want to say a good night for Democrats. But then they are also saying a good night for Republicans would be 224. Now, you have to think about things. You have to think about what's going on right now in the U.S. The economy is not doing great. You have people who are struggling. You have inflation that's rising. You have gas prices that are rising. We're at war in Iran. All of these things are going to impact the midterm election, and all of these things are going to hurt Republicans more than they're going to hurt Democrats, because these are Republican policies that are putting us in this situation. And so what is the out? What does a good night for Republicans look like? The only way Republicans can have a good night, realistically, is if they draw new lines. So if Republicans are successful in redistricting, that's the only real shot that they have to maintain control of the House. And that's what they're saying right now. And so that is why you have focus there. But I will tell you, when we're talking about redistricting, there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees if you draw new lines that you're going to be able to pick up all the seats when you draw those new lines. Because even if you're drawing new lines, you're still going to have people in these districts that are going to be very upset with the current state, very upset with inflation, very upset with this war in Iran. And some of those voters might not come out and vote. Or some of those voters might come out and vote, and they vote against the Republicans and vote for Democrats, or vote for an independent, vote for someone else. And so just because you're redistricting, if you're putting all your eggs in that basket, it's not going to be as successful as you think it's going to be. And so let's go ahead. We're going to go back. He's going to talk a little bit about redistricting. We're going to take a look at some of those numbers. But I just wanted to mention that before he talks about it, because you have to understand Democrats right now, they do have the advantage. Historically speaking, when it comes to midterm elections, usually this is a referendum on the current party that's in power. Right now, the current party is the Republicans. And so this midterm election is going to be a referendum on the current policies. And if those policies aren't working, that's why Democrats right now have the advantage. And that's why when he was showing the numbers, it showed that Democrats have the advantage. And remember, when it comes to redistricting, the reason why you want to redistrict is because you do not want your constituents selecting you. You want to select your constituents. And so let's see what he has to say about redistricting. Here we go.
What has happened over the past 2 years when it comes to redistricting could have a significant impact on the majority in the House. I'll show you why, all right? These are all the states that got in on the fun to redistrict and redraw the lines. This is your key, okay? For the red team, these are the states that are in place. For the blue team, these are the states that are in place. The ones that are in progress, still to be decided, are in a light shade of pink. That's very important as I show you the map over here. Out in California, we believe Democrats could pick up anywhere from 3 to 5 seats. State of Utah, Democrats could gain 1. Then you move over into Texas. Remember, Texas was the state that was leading the way on redistricting. We think anywhere between 3 and 5 seats for a gain, a net gain for the Republicans. We see 1 in Missouri. We see up to 2 in Ohio, possibly. Another one over here in North Carolina. See everything in that light shade of red? This is still to be determined because the lines have not been decided yet. Reason being, at the end of April, about 3 months ago, you had the big Supreme Court ruling with regard to Louisiana. So once these are all settled, then we'll have a more firm idea as to how Republicans and Democrats will break this up. We think Louisiana +1, Tennessee maybe +1, same for Alabama. But down here, same for South Carolina. Down here, Florida, anywhere between 1 and 4, depending on how things break, how the lines are ultimately determined, and what kind of a voting turnout you get come November. So swing on over here, and we'll talk about issues, Dana. But that redistricting thing is what it gives Republicans in a down year with the president's approval rating at 39%.
Yeah.
It gives Republicans an idea that they can hang in.
I was just thinking that.
And so there it is, that last part that he said there. In a down year, president's approval rating 39%. This gives Republicans some hope that they could maintain control of the House. But I have to admit, it's probably not going to work the way that they think it's going to work, even with the redistricting. Even with the thought that, we can, in Texas, we can get 3 to 5 seats. They might get 3 seats. If they're really lucky, they could get 4 seats, but they're not going to get 5 seats because we've already looked at some of those districts, and some of those districts, especially the districts with Hispanic voters have changed their voting patterns, and we saw that during special elections. We saw that in some of the primaries. And so some of these new districts that they're drawing, I just don't think it's going to play out the way that they think it's going to play out. So I want to make a quick pitch here. If you guys are liking the content on my channel, make sure you go over and join my Substack. It's free. And on my Substack, you're going to get articles that are based on some of the videos that I've posted, as well as every video that I post on YouTube, I also post it on Substack, and Substack will send you an email notification so you'll never miss any of my videos. Link is in the description. And I want to show you this. This is the Cook Political Report. This is what I was talking about when it comes to the toss-ups. Toss-ups are in gray here. You have a total of 18 toss-ups according to the Cook Political Report. You have 4 Democratic seats, and then you have 14 Republican seats. And so as we were stating when we were looking at the power rankings from Fox, you have Republican seats, a lot of Republican seats that are now considered toss-ups. And this is dangerous because Republicans are going to have to defend all of these seats, and they run a chance of losing some of those seats. And so that is what's giving Democrats right now in the House, that's what's giving them the advantage because of all of these toss-ups all these toss-up seats that Republicans have to defend. And so Republicans clearly are going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to the midterm election. So we'll just have to see how it turns out. This is all we're looking at here. We're looking at polls, we're looking at power rankings, we're looking at these different models, but that doesn't guarantee anything. We have to find out how the voters feel, what voter sentiment, when they come out and vote, who are they voting for? And then one last thing I want to show you here, the prediction market is showing, and this is 270 to 1 we're looking at here. Prediction market on the top right corner here, it says 83%, Democrats have an 83% chance of winning. and then Republicans have a 17% chance of winning. And then when we look at the actual map, Democrats would be at 225, Republicans would be at 207, and then you have 3 seats or 3 districts that would be considered toss-ups. And so with this 225, you only need 218 to take control of the House. So with 225, Democrats would take back control of the House. So now I want to pass it off to you. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about the Fox power rankings? What do you think about the Cook political report? What do you think about the prediction market? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.